welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here, my name's Sophie. I make videos on cleaning, organising, budgeting and lifestyle. And for today's video, it's going to be how to do a no spend challenge. So for starters, if you've clicked on this video, well done for saying yes to a no spend challenge. So for me, over on Instagram, which is at Scrimping Soph, I do a thing called a no spend weekend. So every now and again, I'll encourage people to get on board with me and have a no spend weekend. So we need to think, why do we want to have a no spend weekend? Why do we not want to buy anything over those weekends that we do these challenges? Well, ultimately, you will have an end goal of what you want to save for. Whether that's buying a house, saving for a wedding, saving for a holiday, trying to pay off debt. What is your end goal and why are you doing these challenges? Another reason we do these challenges is to open our mind up on how much money we actually spend on rubbish and stuff that is really worth no value at all. So when I first started doing these challenges, I would write a list down of what I actually do spend at a weekend. Things like a coffee from Costa or Starbucks. I'd go to a random shop because I was bored and I'd spend money on toiletries that I don't need or I've got multiple of at home. I would maybe go and do some kind of activity, something that costs money. But let me tell you, there is so many ways to have a no spend weekend. Also, these no spend weekends could turn into a no spend week, a no spend month, or a no spend year. Who knows what will happen and what you can achieve. So if you put your mind to it, you can definitely do it. So good luck, and here are my top tips. My first top tip on having a no spend weekend is to make sure you plan all your meals out. I like to plan my meals out anyway for the week. This will just stop you wasting money on food that you don't really need and that you do have at home. So make sure you plan all your meals, including breakfast, lunch, dinner and maybe snacks as well. And try and use things that you have got in your cupboard. Or if you're organised enough, make sure you plan to get all this food on your weekly food shop. Okay, my next top tip, which I mentioned earlier, is make your own coffees at home. So a Costa coffee is what, £3-4? And if you're buying one of them every weekend for 52 weeks of the year, you do the maths, it's a lot of money. So yeah, make your own home coffees. So we've all got those travel mugs in the bottom of our cupboard that we don't really use. And experiment with flavours. Maybe buy yourself a syrup, and yeah, I'm saying to buy it, but this will help in the long run. In fact, I might make a video on things to buy that will help you save money for the long run. Let me know if that's the sort of video that you'd like to see, and I'd be more than happy to make that. So yeah, make your own coffees. Yeah, experiment, trying different flavours and stuff, and yeah, you'll enjoy this, and it will make you feel better for not spending £3-4 a weekend on a coffee. Okay, another top tip of mine is to delete shopping apps. So when we're bored, we all like to go on our phone, and one of my things that I like to do is look on all these shopping apps, scroll through, see what's new. And more than likely, I will end up buying something. And that leads me on to my next tip, which is unsubscribe from emails. So if a fashion brand sends you an email that says 20% off today only, you're so tempted to click on that and have a look through, and more than likely you will end up buying yourself something. So yeah, unsubscribe from emails. This is a real big top tip of mine to save money, and it's really simple to do. Just scroll down to the bottom of the email and just click that unsubscribe button, and yeah, your mailbox will be lovely and clear as well. Okay, and then my final tip for a no spend weekend is to say no. Do not be scared to say no. to other people. And yes, you might get a bit jealous of other people doing things, but if you've organised and planned to have that no spend weekend, it's literally just one weekend where you have to say no. And speak to your friends and explain why you said no, and they might rearrange to do it another time, or they might try and plan an activity to do with you that doesn't cost money. So yeah, don't be afraid to say no. Okay, so they're my top 5 tips on how to have a no spend weekend, but now I'm going to give you a few ideas of what you could do in your no spend weekend. So if you know me, one of my favourite things to do is have a declutter and organise. So I'm not saying have a no spend weekend and declutter your whole house. That sounds like hell, doesn't it? But declutter a drawer, and who knows, it might motivate you to do other drawers in your house, and before you know it, you have done your whole house, and I promise you the end feeling is so worth it. So yeah, declutter a drawer, start with one drawer and see how you get on. And if you're decluttering, you might find things that you no longer want and could end up making money on this no spend weekend by selling those unwanted things. So another thing is to sell your clothes. That's pretty straightforward. You can go on websites like eBay and Depop and get rid of those clothes that you no longer want. Okay, and another little thing to do on this no spend weekend is to have a movie marathon. Doesn't that sound amazing? So rather than planning to go paintballing or trampolining on a Sunday, have a movie marathon. And if you've got children, speak to them and I guarantee you they will think this is the best idea ever, and it costs literally nothing. So a thing you could do alongside of your movie weekend is to bake something. Now, I don't want you to go out and buy ingredients for baking. Have a look in your cupboards. If you don't have anything, don't worry, you don't need to do this, but I guarantee you probably have got something. So you could make things like pancakes, you could make a normal plain cake, or see what you have. You might be able to make a random meal out of your store cupboard things that you have. So yeah, get inventive and get baking with the stuff you've got in your cupboards. And this can become a challenge in itself, and it's great to do with kids too. And then we've got simple things like reading a book. So you might have put this book to one side for ages and not finished it, and set yourself the challenge to get this book read this weekend. Another thing which I love to do, and I try and do this at least once a month, is have a lovely pamper. So have a look in your cupboards and see what different toiletries you've got. You might have a face mask, a nice new moisturiser that you've forgotten you had. Like, have a look what you've got and give yourself a real good pamper. Because actually, when we are having a normal weekend and spending lots of money, we're always out doing things, spending that money, and actually, if you think about it, you probably don't spend much time on yourself, and it literally costs nothing at all. So set a bit of time aside this weekend to give yourself a bit of self-care and self-love. And obvious ones like crafts, walks, cleaning, stuff like that, which is going to pass the weekend. And my favourite thing to do of them all is to set yourself a budget. So I've done a previous video on how to do a budget for 2021. I will make sure to link that below. And yeah, sit down one evening and set yourself a budget for this year. And it will really, really get you in a good mental mindset for the year. If you do these no spend weekends too, you'll be on the right track to saving lots of money. There we go guys, that completes my video. I really hope this video was useful in any way and you have got some motivation to have that no spend weekend. Like I say, head over to my Instagram, which is @Soph, and come and join my little community and let's have some no spend weekends together. But if this is the sort of content that you like to see, make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit that like button, make sure you turn the notification on, that'll just let you know when I upload a new video. And other than that, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I will see you in my next video.